Welcome back beyond the veil, you guys. Tis I, Adina. Glad to have you back here. All right, I was asking my spirits, and my spirit said, "Huh?" And I said, "I want to do a reading tonight for my channel, but I want to do a good one. I want to do one that you guys want me to do. What do my spirits want me to do a reading on? What would the viewers, what would they appreciate? What do the spirits advise me to read on?" And they were like, ooh, I got something. Talk about Chris Stokes. So here I am. This reading is going to be on Chris Stokes and the recent allegations that his ex-wife, I don't know if her name is pronounced Monyee or Monyee. I feel like it's Monyee. But since I don't know for sure and I don't want to butcher her name, I'm going to call her Chris Stokes' ex-wife. But she came out with some accusations about sexual abuse, specifically against minors, that she says that he faced accusations of, and that she quoted on her Instagram post that she knows to be true. And I actually have not heard enough talk about this, which is surprising because anytime Chris Stokes' name is brought up in some allegations, it never really catches fire, which amazes me because he doesn't seem important enough for anybody to have a concerted effort towards shushing him, shushing allegations around him. However, allegations have been surrounding him for years and years and years, and they never go anywhere. Now, this will not be my first reading on Chris Stokes, not even on my page. If you have binge watched all my videos and you have seen my original Chris Stokes video, I have been on his trail, on his tail for some time. And here I am again because his ex-wife has come out and confirmed from her perspective some allegations that have been made towards him throughout the years. And in my reading of him, I mentioned that there was a woman that was possibly complicit. I believe that it was his cousin. I think her name is Des, because I know that he has a female cousin who I believe is a lesbian. And I have to say that to identify her, not to judge her. But I think I've heard allegations of her being like his right-hand man or his partner in crime. Now, all I could do was mention that there was a woman close involved. This could have been that woman. This could have been his ex-wife. We're going to see tonight. We're going to see. My spirit said do this reading on Chris Stokes and the allegations surrounding him and his involvement in children. And my spirits, especially Urzuli Dantor, is a fierce protector of women and children. So you guys hear me speak about trafficking and things like that all the time, but my spirits are heavy on that. They always lead me to stories that involve misuses and abuses of children. And I think that in the future that is going to become more of a thing, with Pluto snatching the wool off of all of the establishments and systems that are Capricornian. And now we've seen at the end of Pluto and Capricorn, the wool and the curtains being snatched off of the celebrity world and the entertainment world. People are becoming exposed. First, it was the establishments and the systems and the corporations and the politics and things like that. Now, people are being exposed. People that we covet. Institutions dealing with people, society, social services, just humanity now we are in our our turn to be exposed. So you'll start seeing people exposed. You'll start seeing celebrities exposed. You'll start to see humanitarian services exposed, and groups and organizations, and the underbelly, the shadow side, Pluto, of society and technology and celebrity and things like that, ruled by Aquarius. Let's start here tonight, with another visit of Chris Stokes. All right, I floated water at my hands. I am going to do this reading from the perspective of his ex-wife, since she just publicly came out and wanted to speak her truth about her ex-husband. Let's see Chris Stokes from her perspective. Monyee, the ex-Mrs. Stokes. Monyee, ex-wife to Chris Stokes. Come into my cards. Monyee, ex-wife to Chris Stokes. Come into my cards. Monyee, ex-wife to Chris Stokes. May I speak to the spirit, the soul of Monyee, the ex-wife of Chris Stokes. I hear absolutely. What would you like to tell us about your experiences with Chris Stokes, Monyee? Monyee, what were your experiences with Chris Stokes as it pertains to sexual abuse allegations against him and accusations? Monyee, the ex-wife of Chris Stokes. I don't know what light just blinked, but I saw it with my eyes closed. Monyee, ex-wife of Chris Stokes. Show me your soul. Show me what you have to say. Bare your soul here today. Lighten your load before you lay. Unburden your soul here today. Monyee, ex-wife of Chris Stokes. Talk to me about what you know about Chris Stokes and his alleged abuses against minors. Tell me everything you know, not just limited to what I've asked. Tell me everything you know and everything that you want to unburden your soul with, including your truth. All right. There have been long-standing accusations about Chris Stokes and his dealings with minors. This doesn't even feel like minors, 17, 16. This feels like very young children. These allegations have been persistent and consistent. Some we know of, some we don't. And currently, because this is Monyee's present position, she's known all along. This is something that she would have liked to put to the back of her head as it was going on, because believing it, consciously acknowledging the accusations, would have put the ball in her court. It would have gave her the burden of responsibility. I was just telling Natasha this today, my friend Natasha, this today earlier when I was consulting her about a matter. Knowing is a double-edged sword. Knowledge, wisdom is a double-edged sword, which is why the Ace of Swords is the Ace of Swords, awareness. Because it's good to be aware and it's good to be knowledgeable, but there's also a piercing truth, a piercing reality that comes with that. Because now that you're aware, what do you do now? It's like kicking the ball in your court. You don't have the burden of responsibility, of accountability when you're unaware. But when you are aware, there's accountability, there's a responsibility. depending on what the awareness is of. In her case, she was playing legally blind because she wasn't ready to face the truth and all the repercussions that comes with her acknowledging these accusations that have been there. Crossing. I'm familiar with this card because it came up after I separated from my husband and I found out some. So this card challenging him is his inappropriate behavior with the opposite sex. Challenging him is that the people that he pursues, the Knight of Cups, the people that he pursues are of the same sex as him. Now, I am not homophobic or whatever you guys like to call the terms now, so don't take this the wrong way that I said that is challenging him. I will dig into why this is challenging him, and I would say it's because this is the Knight. If it was the King of Pentacles that was challenging him, I mean the King of Cups in reverse, I would say that his rendezvous with other men, other adult men, were causing a problem to his present affairs. But no, the problem was that he was pursuing younger men. He was taking on the persona as a younger man. He wasn't acting like a king. He was acting like a knight, somebody more immature, youthful, dreamy, charming. He was like, and something else about this Knight of Cups gives me Du Bois. It's almost like it's his position, his job, his position, his job to go out and groom young boys, children. I'm talking about children, allegedly. And everything I say here today is alleged, unless I specifically cite something his ex-wife said, which can be found on her Instagram page, because that's all I know of her to have said. This is selling dreams and doing a lot of inappropriate things with young boys, getting them drunk, getting them strung out so that you could have your way with them, groom them. And this has been going on for a very long time with children. Children from children age to teen age. And I feel like 16 could be a cutoff point. That's too old. Recent past. This could possibly be why his ex-wife divorced him in the first place. And even if there were other issues cited, at the end of the day, this is what caused his divorce. This is what caused the ex-wife to leave him. To this day, she considers him to be a rapist. In her full awareness now that she is no longer living in denial, she sees him for the alleged deviant that he is. Methinks in the near future, he could possibly do something to try to get back at her, whether we know it or not, whether we hear about it or not. In her above position, she wants him to be exposed. She wants the whispers to become louder. There have always been rumors, whispers, and talks surrounding her. She's always heard the whispers, the rumors, the gossip. She was playing legally blind on her own. Now that she's out of it and no longer in it anymore and no longer playing legally blind, she wants everybody now to stop playing legally blind about what Chris Stokes has going on. Because she says in this energy that I'm in, all y'all know, all y'all that were around me were aware, probably complicit too, which is why all their swords are pointing down, because none of them are even talking about it publicly, but they're all aware of the situation that she's in. And now that she's out, she wants to bring it out now. I will have to say, Miss Ex-Wife, that the energy I get is now that I'm out, now I want everybody to expose him. But it's only now that you're out. I would like to say that she wants him to go down, or there's a concern for her. Speaking out and exposing him could protect her, could protect some other people. That gives me violent energy. As soon as I saw it, I saw the red. My eyes were drawn to the red. I don't know if she's ever been threatened, because I said in the near future, Chris Stokes might try to do something to her for speaking out and trying to expose him. I'm going to come back to that, but I'm not sure if there is a genuine threat against her. She could have possibly even made Chris aware that she wanted to expose him, and him knowing that she has a lot of inside information, he could have possibly sent a threat to her, possibly will be sending a threat to her in the near future, possibly. Her current actions or advice, though, with the Eight of Pentacles, Methinks that this has something to do with his job in the industry. Methinks this is part of something that he is hired or expected to do for other people in the industry. It feels like, I said before in my Chris Stokes reading, some kind of ring, organization, business. Nowadays, when I see pentacles in readings that have to do with inappropriate dealings with children, I think, especially within the industry or politics, I think the Star of David, because they run the industry and because Chris Stokes has been able to pussy pop and backpedal out of all of these accusations without any real scrutiny, gives me the same protected energy that I got from Aries Spears. Very much protected. And what do Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, think about them? Tiffany is involved with Jews in the industry. Aries probably is too. And so is Chris Stokes. I'm going to come back. I'm going to clarify these, but I get the impression that what his wife will continue to say, if she gets the opportunity to, or what she would like to say, is she would like to expose that this is something that he does as a job. His dealings with children, it's not like he is a lone wolf in this and he's just a pedophile who's been acting on his own and getting away with it. As a black man in Hollywood, that's impossible. Unless he was protected, he would have been thrown to the wolves unless someone else had a vested interest in allowing him to continue what he was doing. That is what his wife would like to direct us to. External energy. There is something hush. Hush, 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 hush. Shh. I'll come back to that. Hopes and fears for her. She hopes that he goes to jail. She hopes that he goes to jail. And again, I feel like it's safer for her to expose him and hope that he goes down, because I feel like she feels like there is a threat on her. Her hopes is that he's prosecuted or arrested for some of his crimes. Her outcome, though, she may be able to tame this lion because of what she has. If she finds herself in the position of protection, or if she is heard enough by enough people to where she now has become a saint, she will be protected. She will be able to control this lion who would otherwise be roaring at her and trying to bite her off. But instead, because of her saintly garments and her temperance, she's able to tame this lion. Methinks she will get the upper hand on Chris Stokes and whatever efforts there are that he has against her, because here, this would be a Leo card or a fire sign card. I don't know what his sign is, actually. Let me find out. It says he's born in 1966, but it doesn't say his birth date. July 21st. I think that is Leo. I think he's a Leo. Let me see what's the Leo dates. That might still be Cancer. Leo dates. July 23rd. Still close enough. He gives me Leo in this regard. So here is him in the near future, where I said he could possibly be threatening her. And here's her in the outcome, though. Now there's the lion, and this is the strength card, so this is definitely a Leo card. Her outcome is being able to subdue him. So let us dig into this. I don't know if she's hoping to get money out of him to be quiet. But I do see her trying to shake the table when it comes to Chris Stokes, because she knows that there have always been chatters about him, and she knows that they have always been quieted. What she's trying to do as his ex-wife is be the legitimate, verifiable voice that makes people not ignore this. But for some reason it has. I haven't seen it on the blogs like I should have. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it like I should have. And that's not right, because there are children on the line here. So let me see. Let me look into that Six of Cups. Let's look into the children on the line here, because they've been on the line. She has stood by and watched a lot of go down with her husband and his sexual and business endeavors. She has been holding I would like to say she's been complicit, because she's holding a wand too. Even though she's standing away from the wands and she's holding a wand, she's still looking at them like something ain't right with these wands. Just her being there and enjoying the fruits of his labors makes her complicit in the eyes of my spirits. In the eyes of my spirits. Not in the eyes of God's, maybe, but in the eyes of my spirits. Because she benefited from the lifestyle, and now she is ready to topple that thing down. This has been long standing, but because she benefited, she avoided toppling down this tower, which she's trying to topple down now. But she absolutely was benefiting. Absolutely. And to the things that he did for fame, even though she didn't agree with it, she didn't like it, she was a willing participant. Now, she said she was. She said she was ready to, I don't remember if what she said verbatim, but she did take a little bit of accountability. And for that, I applaud her. Because what I'm saying here about her wouldn't hurt her feelings if she was to see this video, because I'm saying something she already said. Challenging. Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh dear, I wonder if there is more involved than just what we know about. I also don't know if what finally did it for her was something financial. I'm not sure if there is a Me Too moment that could be coming for him, or that she could have expected to. And so that she isn't seen in a bad light, she could possibly be trying to get past any implications. Since she was with him for so long, she would have been with him during a lot of the stuff. She said they got married in, I think, 2004. I see parties. I see celebrity parties where things were done at. This is something that she knows about some things, about what goes on at the parties, about what they do with the children, sexually, allegedly, and otherwise. I see a lot of, in the celebrity culture, at these parties. Look at this. There's another homosexual card. Men Cups in reverse. That gives same-sex energy. That's a little tarot lesson. This is some nasty stuff going on. Men with each other. I see STDs running rampant in the industry. Let me look into, I'm finna dig into this nastiness, debauchery. I see people not getting put on when they don't go along with these things. I see sexual relationships for careers. And behind this Devil card, something about not having any choice but to participate in something. I see families, for some reason, looking for missing children, looking for missing parts of their family. Ten of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reverse, searching. I see families searching. I see people being sold to the industry. Sold. I said this in my Chris Stokes reading. I said there's something about them finding children, like runaways or stuff like that, kids in the system, things like that, finding them and grooming them. It reminds me of Marcus Houston's wife, because she was a missing person and then she ended up with him. It's like that. These are the people that they go after to groom. I see, but beyond that, beyond runaways, I see legit families looking for missing people. I see a man offering a cup. All right. I'm sorry, but I see families that never see certain people again. This is deeper than just him grooming runaways that consent. You know, runaways in California, they end up on the street. I hear a lot is prostitutes. This is bigger than that. I see if the people knew, if the world knew, if the fans knew what really went on with famous people, what they had to go through to acquire the little bit of fame that they have that they don't speak on. They go through so much and they make so little. And then they leave with STDs and addiction problems. Feels like Rasby. I see that she turned a blind eye to so much. She has a lot of guilt for her involvement. I definitely see that, because what I see behind this Knight of Cups is a lot of nasty business. I couldn't even, like, it was all flushing in my mind so much I can't even follow one image that I see. I see so much debauchery and illegal activities that, based on what I see when I close my eyes, this is my hopes and fears too. I mean, this is my hopes too, as well as hers. Let me look into the recent past, because this is why she divorced. No amount of money in the world I don't know. I'm now that I say that, I wouldn't be surprised if she divorced him and wanted to get money from him, not to talk. I don't know if she walked away from that divorce with nothing. I would like to know when they divorced. No, I don't know if she got anything, but he fought tooth and nail not to allow her to get anything in this divorce. And this could be why she decides to come forth. Again, I think she didn't get anything in the divorce, and if she had gotten something, maybe she wouldn't have. But again, I see that the only reason that she's coming forth is because she's no longer involved now. And I see money here that she didn't get. She's been holding on to this tea for a long time. I don't know if she was always waiting on the right opportunity to release it till he pissed her off. Maybe kicked her out of a house. Maybe cheated her out of something. I don't know. But this isn't just a guilty conscience of hers that caused her to come forth. Even though she did take ownership in her position, that I don't see that as the main motivating factor behind her coming forward. Near future, King of Wands reversed. Chris Stokes is a powerful man behind the scenes. He has the ability to call some shots on her. Five of Cups reversed. Eight of Wands. I don't think he's going to like the things that she said. Now, who is this woman who knows things too? I don't know if this woman is a celebrity or an entertainer. Oh, that could be Erica Mena because she's a Scorpio and that was a water sign. Allegedly, Chris Stokes is someone that you go and see when you're trying to get put on. Now, I don't know what that means, but it seems like there are men in the industry who are tasked with breaking in celebrities when they want to get put on and they have to go that route. There are people who they are sent to get butt broken in. That's what it feels like. There could be a threat towards her, and it's like nobody would notice because it would look like you were just trying to get money. Erica Mena, why are you here as the Queen of Cups? I believe this is you, Erica. Erica, you work with Chris Stokes. I think when that situation happened with you and Spice, that was a concern for somebody. Somebody didn't want to get caught up in your scandals and was hoping that your involvement with unsavory people didn't come up. And I did hear someone mention it. I did hear someone mention Erica working with Chris Stokes around that time. I believe that Erica Mena got dropped from whatever project that she was working on with Chris Stokes so that her heat didn't spill over into him. One more card about the King of Wands reverse. I don't know if this woman feels like Chris Stokes could have possibly tried to do something to her before, but in the near future, be very careful, Miss Lady. Be very careful. Your outcome is that you could subdue this man and that you could, you know, get the upper hand over him, but King of Wands reverse, you're going to have him real hot in the near future because of things you're saying about what he did when you guys were together. Now, I don't know what he's going to do. I can't see that. However, if you see this, Miss Lady, be mindful. I don't know if this is going to come up again in the near future. I don't know if she's going to shake some more tables. But now that looks like a group that's no longer together. I don't know if somebody's going to want to know what some of the drama was about behind the scenes with some of these boy groups that work with him. Immature, B2K. Amarion specifically, because I see that behind the scenes, they fight amongst themselves, specifically about somebody feeling like one of the members or some of the members got famous and tried to move past what happened to them and not address it and not. But somebody doesn't want to be involved in any homosexual conversations. That could be Omarion because he's the most famous. Somebody was paid the most. I would like to say that it looks like there's something about the lead or the favorites in the groups and the ones who were the most famous or was paid the most, the ones who walked away seemingly unscathed. It seems like some of the guys still have dealings with Chris Stokes for livelihood reasons, possibly. It seems like that's why they avoid speaking their truth, possibly. I don't know if the wife will be paid to hush, and that's how she might subdue. She could possibly be paid to be quiet in the near future because the things that she has to say could involve other people who don't want to be involved. Someone is going to suggest he pay her whatever she wants to go away. I think that he will be petty. Chris Stokes will be petty. His ego will be inflated, and he might want to go toe-to-toe with her. Someone else might step in and tell Chris, stop trying to fight this lady because she can open up a can of worms. Pay her whatever she wants. Eight of Pentacles. Let me see. I just want to look into that really quick. There's some scandal. There's some scandal about a group, a home, a house. Why do I see some people's families were paid off? This is nasty work. This is nasty work. If this lady really wants to spill the beans, she will talk about the families that were paid off or that sold their children, knowing full well what was going on to their children, not saving their children from the horrors of the industry on purpose. And this is a thing. So if she gets to talking, it won't just be about Chris Stokes. It will be because this is a thing. Why does it seem like a woman? Because I keep saying this Queen of Wands. She keeps popping up. The Queen of Wands is the one who goes to the hoods and finds people that she can offer opportunities to. People who are struggling. Again, this could be the girl, the cousin that I said is complicit, not the ex-wife, the lesbian cousin, I believe. She goes and finds them. Runaways, picks up runaways, picks up the ones who are struggling in poverty and whose family wouldn't mind making a coin. I see their favorite, or they favor, poor mothers, greedy mothers who would be willing to sell their children and overlook. I see overlook filing police reports. There are children that really were sold, and the parents never, the mothers never file any kind of police report or anything. They don't want anyone to look into what happened to their children because they happen to their children and they are being sold into the industry and then Once they get into the industry, they're auctioned off. This is what's happening. And this is allegedly what Chris Stokes does. He's an auctioneer for SCX slaves, allegedly. Him and his female business partner. Somebody is still not talking. And I honestly feel like it's one of the boys. One of the boys from one of the groups. In my heart of hearts, I feel Omarion. Because I feel like Raspy may have had a lot of stuff done to him, but Omarion still has never told, never spoken a word, and disassociated from it. I see a relationship. Now, just because I see a relationship doesn't mean that it didn't start out inappropriately. This is nasty. Someone likes their fame more than they like their peace, their inner peace. Someone has moved on or has tried to move on past the things that have happened. And they would love for Chris Stokes' ex-wife to be quiet too. One of the victims. Because if it came out, it would look like they were in a complicit relationship with this person, even though they were too young to consent and they were sold. I'm sorry, but this gives me one of the boy band group members, and I'm not talking about, I could be talking about Immature, or I could be talking about B2K. Her hopes and fears is justice. She wants everything that he's done and all the people that he's done it with exposed. Final outcome, strength. Secrets, plans, abandoned. I don't know if she will abort her plan to reveal more secrets. She has more to say. I just don't know if she's going to go through with it. Let me gather up all the cards and focus on that strength. And I don't know if someone is going to get to her and tame her. I don't know if she's the lion and a woman will come in and subdue her. I don't know if there will be a woman who would come in and hush up the ex-wife. But I'm going to close on this. Just give me a second. I didn't mean to be here for 50 minutes. I wanted this to be a quick reading, but whatever. Strength. Why is the strength in Monyee's outcome as it relates to what she knows about Chris Stokes and her plans? Why the strength as her outcome? Again, I don't know. Somebody's going to run into some obstacles in their plans, and I feel like it's her. Someone may be coming in. I don't know. I think she may be quiet because she may be getting paid or whatever, something going in her favor that she can hold over someone's head, maybe to call off the threat on her. That could be why she even came out in the first place. I see here a concern of hers. So I honestly think that Chris Stokes allegedly could have, or she felt like he would have, put some people on her. She absolutely feels like he could have gotten her off. He could have possibly done that before. She does feel like he presents himself one way, but when he's mad, he's capable of this. He would not want anyone talking about the industry business. He can't afford to have her talk about how what he does is related to the industry. How what he does isn't just isolated. They are already getting rid of loose ends in preparation for some plan. This isn't just industry plan. This is like world stage plans. This is long held plans. And right now, loose ends are being cut off. So Chris Stokes is trying to minimize damage, overall damage to the industry, because there's something coming. There's a plan. I see here a new start to something. This feels like controlled opposition. It's almost like the industry plans on finding a way to work with the cosmic energies. If Pluto is on a roll exposing people, fine. They can't stop that. However, what they can do is control opposition. They can control the narrative. So there will be women, people speaking out about things to give the illusion to the world that they are witnessing a woke era and they're witnessing something we've never seen before. However, a lot of it will be to control narratives. So even some of the truths that they give, it will also be to throw people off. I don't know if Chris Stokes will stop what he's doing, maybe temporarily. But what I see is that he has a role that he plays in the industry, kind of like Aries Spears. And this is bigger than just his desire for children. This is a business. This is an organization that they have going on. And it's been working, and it's always worked. And Monyee put the dog whistle out there that she could expose. She's like one of the many other ones. Pay me off or I'll talk. So that's what I have on that. I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, or maybe not, because it wasn't that good. It wasn't a good topic, but good night, guys.